To restore normalcy to America, this issue must be resolved. One of the biggest sports stories is right here, so if you remove it out of your eyes, you'll view the world differently. Clark hasn't appeared in a Nike commercial since turning pro. Recently, Caitlin Clark received a significant shout-out from Billie Jean King, but it wasn't for Nike. Yes, a representative of Adidas is complimenting the top rookie for Nike. The two are not the same thing. Determines what is even stranger. These weren't your typical compliments. King was pleased that Clark had won Rookie of the Year, a significant honor. But why is a Nike athlete being supported by Adidas? It's utterly nonsensical, like LeBron James wearing Under Armour apparel. In light of this, where are Nike? They remain silent while a sensational rookie rips up the court and smashes records. What's happening in the background? Or is there more to this story than Adidas attempting to overtake Nike? Investigating this peculiar circumstance will enable us to ascertain the true nature of the sponsorship landscape for women's basketball. Nike struck gold when they signed Caitlin Clark to an endorsement contract worth $28 million, 0 cents for 8 years. So why in the world would you temporarily forget about the sponsorship situation? What does Caitlin Clark do in your first season that no other player does? That's correct indeed. Never in their first year or their greatest year, no other WNBA player has ever accomplished that. Clark is outstanding and possesses a gift that allows her to lead a sport by herself. Since Caitlin Clark is acting contrary to our expectations, she is extremely dangerous and ought to be put to death. The record she established is altering the game as we know it. Now that I'm shaken up, let's discuss numbers. In addition to being fantastic, Clark's debut season was historic. She demonstrated that she was both a productive player and a great team player by breaking the record for assists in a single season. Furthermore, she demonstrated her ability to score baskets without being stopped by breaking the rookie scoring record. In addition, Clark was the first person to ever record a triple-double, that is 10 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists in a single game. If you want to witness something truly incredible, it should come as no surprise that Caitlin Clark won WNBA Rookie of the Year. In her first season with the W, Clark shattered 2 records, one for the most points scored by a guard in a single season and another for rookies. Additionally, Clark set rookie records for points, assists, and three-pointers made. Clark became the first rookie in the history of the WNBA to record a double-double and set a new record with 337 assists. While everyone else is playing checkers, she appears to be playing chess. In addition to her incredible shooting, she changed the game by extending defenses and opening up the floor in ways we have never seen before. She also became the first rookie to make 103 three-pointers in a single season. You might ask how she stacks up against the WNBA's greatest players as a rookie. I'm glad to report that she's overcoming them. Some have argued that her season-opening performance marked a watershed in WNBA history, not merely a fantastic player. We're talking about someone who is revolutionizing the league. She refuses to embrace her privilege and will not bow down to black women. It turns out that Caitlin Clark is the solution, an example and evidence that was identical to that of Jackie Robinson. Oh, and she believes that these black men are excellent baseball players. The real world is affected by Clark's game. Attendance at WNBA games has increased, merchandise is flying off the shelves, and TV numbers are skyrocketing. She appears to be the sole one providing the league with the necessary resources. Strange things are occurring off the court as Caitlin Clark has been dominating it. Nike, one of the most well-known sports brands, is ignoring her. Why are fans losing faith in Nike, and what is the company's current situation? Let's discuss Clark's massive $28 million contract with Nike. Surely from the building's roof they would be yelling her name. The strange part is that Nike has been avoiding her since April. Yes, nothing concerning, which she did. She only wants to play basketball, so they signed her and then forgot about her. In addition to having a financial relationship with Nike, who signed her to a low-paying contract and is now threatening to stop promoting her until they have finished marketing Asia Wilson, she might also be embroiled in a political or racial scandal. You might believe that Nike is overly preoccupied with other athletes. However, notice this. They have posted about Diana Taurasi and A'ja Wilson, highlighting her accomplishments and flaunting her as though she were the only WNBA star, but they haven't mentioned Clark at all. This demonstrates how they feel about Clark's supporters. They don't care about remarks made on social media by those who are really dissatisfied with Nike. Caitlin Clark reportedly inked a big advertising contract with Nike, according to at least one source, admirer. This 8-year, $28 million, 0 cents deal came with a special sneaker. It appeared to be a fantastic bargain. Nike hasn't done much to promote her since she got the contract, and her WNBA season is ended. Since then, we haven't seen any advertisements for her, been presented with any items featuring Caitlin Clark, and most surely haven't seen any shoes bearing her name. It's ridiculous. And when you consider what Nike has done, it becomes even more bizarre. They discussed how thrilling Clark's play was and how she was altering the game when they last updated their page on her on April 7th. Additionally, they emphasized how they plan to promote her. No one has replied since she was named Rookie of the Year. It would be similar to neglecting to text a friend on their birthday, but still asking them to a lavish birthday celebration. Nike studied the marketing potential of this generation and is currently utilizing it. Is this being done to advertise outdated products? The thing that surprises me the most is this. As you may recall, Nike had advertisements featuring Caitlin Clark during her time at Iowa, where she shattered both the men's and women's NCAA scoring records. In a large sign, Nike said, "If you break it, you own it." However, Iowa too experienced the same issue. More advertisements and resources were released, but to no avail. Since then, things have gotten strange, and fans are having to reconsider their brand devotion. Why Nike would hire this rising talent and then pretend she never existed is a mystery to many. It has to do with Nike's general support of women's sports and is no longer only about Clark. The interesting part, though, is that someone else has spoken up, and it's not the person you might anticipate. While an Adidas representative has been encouraging Clark, Nike has remained silent. Yes, you read correctly, Adidas has an athlete on their team. What is the connection between Adidas playing 40 chess and Nike aircraft checkers? What's the reason behind their prolonged silence over Caitlin? At Nike, things are happening behind the scenes. Their stock has fallen over 20% this year. I am aware that they have hired. Regarding decisions about termination, there are a lot of variables involved, and when you have a treasure trove like Caitlin Clark, it seems like a minor problem. During her rookie season, Caitlin Clark should have had sponsorships, advertising items, and other things, but I believe that her absence of them has more to do with politics, when brand loyalty was more significant. Do you recall any instances where you neglected to make a purchase? The regulations aren't being followed by a new player in the sports sponsorship market. Meet tennis icon and Adidas global ambassador Billie Jean King. Perhaps unexpectedly, she recently congratulated Caitlin Clark on winning Rookie of the Year on social media. If you're wondering why this matters, the best part is that King is an advocate and supporter of Nike as a player. Poise raised for Pepsi's positive remarks regarding Coca-Cola's most recent flavor. That hasn't happened yet. In addition to congratulating Clark, King also discussed her record-breaking season and referred to her as a generational talent. This isn't idol worship. Supporters are enjoying this well-considered action, which gets everyone talking. Let's zoom out and take a step back. Adidas isn't merely trying to overshadow Nike with this. More than that, this action raises Clark's visibility and demonstrates how businesses support female athletes. Everyone should keep in mind that King's endorsement demonstrates the need for greater funding and attention for women's sports. What about those who favor Clark? They are not remaining silent. Social media users are pleased with his unexpected assistance. It's wonderful to see that a fan left the finest feedback. Isadore, the industry's top athletes concur that it is a generational skill. Billie Jean King even advised WWE athletes to take advantage of the opportunity to train with Caitlin Clark. The situation escalated on Saturday when Sky guard Chainlee Carter struck Clark with a chief shot that had nothing to do with basketball and hasn't apologized. Throughout her rookie season, Clark has been up against fierce defense from WNBA veterans. The WNBA depends on this generation. You must lead by example. Kids are watching. How do you want to be remembered? King cautioned the WNBA's executives against making a mistake. This is our generation's opportunity to destroy this league. Don't spoil it with animosity. Simply enjoy yourself while playing the ball. In addition, King advised the players to play hard but refrain from making cheap shots. From the NBA Today, greetings. After Caitlin Clark was selected as the 2024 Rookie of the Year, Malika Anders, became one.